guidelines for care of patients with high cholesterol levels, and this LDL cholesterol level is the target for this medication, have progressively gone down and down and down. We used to say less than 100, less than 70 for the bad LDL cholesterol, low density lipoprotein cholesterol. And that's less than 50. And newborn babies start at about 35, which patients love to hear that. And if we're able to get their levels down under 50 to in the 30s, they're actually very happy and comfortable to hear that because, newborn babies do well. Yeah, everybody knows that. So they're glad. And what that does, and we now appreciate, and the reason I think there's been the ratcheting down of guidelines is that there is, with these medicines and with the ability to get the LDL cholesterol down, there is a documented now shrinking, if you will, or regression of non-calcified lipid-rich plaque. And that's the plaque that really causes bad things to happen. It causes sudden death, a heart attack, stroke, and it's usually lipid rich. It's like a pool of lowering the LDL actually causes that to shrink and change in composition to become more stable, less likely to rupture, less likely to cause an event. So this is really a plus. The targets are dropping. Um, the medicines we have are not that well tolerated. Can't tell you how many times that patients are put on statins, which I take, but can cause muscle weakness, muscle aches and pains. Your serious syndromes that are not common, thank goodness, of rhabdomyolysis, where the muscles break down, and that can be very dangerous. It's usually a genetically determined event in response to being exposed to statins. But I've had just, hundreds of patients who can't play 18 holes of golf, or after they play racquetball, let's say, or handball, squash, that night they get cramps in their legs. And that's because of the exertion further depletes the muscles of high energy stores. And statins do that as well. So it has a kind of combined deleterious effect on the ATP, the energy for the muscle cells themselves. And as a result, they are more likely to get cramping or uh, what we would refer to as a Charlie horse, which is not pleasant, So I think statins have been a cornerstone of therapy. They don't get a lot of these patients in doses that are tolerated, don't get a lot of patients to the target that you want to get. Now it's been I have actually told patients that I think PCSK9 inhibitors are the greatest thing to happen in cardiovascular medicine in over the decade. And they've allowed us to stabilize patients who would otherwise have more events, and high-risk patients. So this clearly was an unmet need, and I think the success of PCSK9 inhibitors, and this drug Lerochol is a third-generation PCSK9 inhibitor. It's got advantages over those that are currently available. And I think we'll have a rapid ramp up, if you will, because of multiple factors. And we can discuss ease of use. You inject yourself with a very small amount of liquid on a monthly basis, and it gives you coverage for that whole month. It's doesn't need to be refrigerated to the same extent. I mean, can be at room temperature for 3 months. So I was in Europe in September, and I take Repatha right now, but I will be looking to switch to this medicine that was available because it's the only one. It only needs one shot a month. 12 shots a year, has a very low incidence of injection site reactions, etc., very well tolerated, and gives you a 60% drop in your LDL cholesterol that is sustained too, not variable and fluctuating, which some of the medicines out there have more of a sawtooth average. Goes down after the injection or infusion and comes back up by the time you get the next dose. It starts to come up, which is less effective, provides less benefit than if you push it down and keep it down for the bad cholesterol result. So helpful. It's been a huge need. I think the success of this class of drug reflects that need. Think his development of new and more advantageous, better mousetrap, as I call it, in this area, and more players on the field is going to be better medicine for more patients, but it's also going to make the therapies more affordable, which when these drugs first came out, I was intimately involved with Praluent, which is the other monoclonal antibody. In fact, I wrote one of the 5 trials that was the FDA used to approve Praluent. It's called the Combo 1 trial, and it's in the package insert. Actively involved as an investigator with Repatha. And I think the more options that are available, there will be some cost competition, and that's good for the consumer, to be honest. I mean, what I'm saying here is just should be intuitively obvious, but it's also extremely important because I'm so glad. I mean, I had so many patients that really couldn't afford to take the best medicine. And I think that era of lack of affordability is coming to an end, actually. It's getting better and better. So I'm also excited about that.